Alright, so this is me and my wife Jen taking off out of Clearwater Air Park. I had actually flown down to Clearwater from Bridgeton, New Jersey, 00 November. On Friday. This was on a Sunday. My wife didn't want to fly down with me from New Jersey to Florida. That's a little too long for her being in this plane. It was about a 7-hour trip, but she did agree to go on a trip with me to Key West. So from Clearwater to Key West is about 2 hours. You can do it shorter, but you're going to be over water for a long period of time. So we took off out of Clearwater Air Park. This is Clearwater here. We turned just then followed the coastline down. I actually knew that for the first part of the trip it was going to be pretty marginal weather, but there was a cold front, and I knew once we got past a certain point there, Jen, my photographer, is asleep. So she's not a big flyer, so it was actually probably best she take a little nap. So once we get down to a certain point in South Florida, the towns start getting fewer and fewer. There'll be like I'm not even sure what this is here, but there'll be a town, all the houses crunched in together, and it's all marsh and swampy. And then you'll really get to a point there's really nothing, no people. At this point I can go keep heading straight and run into Key West, but I chose to hug the shoreline and head towards Marathon. Once I got down to the south end of the mainland, I contacted Miami Center and picked up flight following to bring me into Key West. There is a balloon hanging up on a cable up to 14,000 feet north of Key West, and you got the Navy base. So it was Sunday. I've heard where the Navy base won't let you through, but I was hoping they would let me through their airspace. Either way, coming in, you're going to be over water for a period of time. I just figured if I went direct to Marathon, that I had about a couple of minutes where I wouldn't be able to make land, compared to flying for 20 or 30 minutes where I couldn't make land. So just a safer option. Here we are. I guess we had probably already turned for Marathon and start seeing the bridge headed down to Key West. It was really beautiful. The water crystal clear. There were lots of boats in the water. It was just gorgeous. When Miami switched me to Key West Navy approach, or Navy Key West approach, they did allow me through their airspace. They just had me go 3 miles off the coast, but I could go through their airspace. Or just before this, they had switched me to Navy Tower, or not Navy Tower, Key West Tower, and the tower told me to report midfield right downwind for runway 9. Key West is really sitting east-west, so right now I'm south of Key West. So I'm getting ready to report to the tower, and just about as I report to the tower, I hear a jet report. He's on a long final. So let's see, midfield, it's getting close. So the tower asked me if I could do a short approach. So I really wanted to get down and be on the ground there is a lot of traffic in and out of Key West. It was busy. So I figured it's better for me to get down there first and get on the ground than to do anything coming in behind him with the wake turbulence. So he asked me if I could do a short approach. I said yes. So here I start. I've got a little too much altitude, so I got to start losing altitude. And in an RV12, I pick up speed quick. So basically in the whole pattern, I'm kind of slipping the plane, losing altitude. And you could start to just probably make out the end of the runway. And here I am turning base. When you're with the tower, you don't call. Once he clears you to land, you're clear to land. You don't call your downwind or base or final. You just come in and land. He told me also he told me where to go after I taxi or after I landed, and just to monitor ground, which makes it easy. But there's really it's not multiple taxiways. You just got one runway, one taxiway, alpha runway. Or alpha taxiway, I'm sorry. So here we are landing at 9. I actually had a little bit of a brake issue. I don't know if I tried braking too hard and I couldn't get off where he had wanted me to, so I taxied down towards the end. And then I started having a little bit more brake. I did have a mechanic look at it while I was there. I don't know, maybe it was nerves, I don't know, but I couldn't get off. These are some of the size of the planes in there. It's just a lot bigger than I'm used to coming from a little grass strip. But it's gorgeous. So GA planes, we have our own little area here. It's a lot of them. It's Signature. And so I contact Signature, and they told me where to go. And then once I get into a certain point, just like the big planes, they're they're bringing me in and tell me where to park. Very nice and friendly. Ask me how much fuel I need, how long I'm going to be here, and they were really kind of nice. They waived the handling fee if you buy 10 gallons of fuel. Now 10 gallons of fuel in Key West is $6.83 a gallon, but it's Key West, so you have to expect it's going to be more. And roosters all over the place. So as soon as we got to Key West, we ate. So we basically ate and just shopped around. We spent more time flying back and forth, which I don't mind, but it was just a neat experience to fly down there. And here we are taking back off again, still using 9. And our cameraman, I can't fire her, she's my wife. I tried editing some of it out, but sometimes the camera's all over the place. But I'm glad she went on a flight with me. And so I had to contact, after the tower at Key West, I had to contact Navy Key West Tower, because when you're taking off 9, I'm really kind of heading right into their airspace. So the Navy Key West Tower directed me where to go. I was going to follow south, the coastline south of the field up to Marathon. Then they switched me to Navy Key West departure, and I stayed with them until they switched me to Miami Center. And I used flight following the whole way back. Tampa would not accept any VFR flight following. So flight followings, workload permitting, and so they canceled me when I got close to Tampa. Jen didn't like that part of all the talking and chatter. but it's a nice safe way traveling long distances. I stayed right off the coast the whole way back, so the clouds just stay right over the land. Well, today they were all just over the land. If you're a few miles off the coast, it's nice and clear. As soon as you go onto land, it's cloud covered. And I just pick an altitude where it's just, I'll go up just till I get smooth air. So this trip back we were 5,500 feet. So coming back in the middle of the day, I'd rather, even if I have a slower ground speed, pick smoother air than be getting bounced around, especially with somebody who doesn't really like to fly that much. And even we'd hit a little bump every now and then. She would make a comment. So pick smooth air over ground speed. And I'm not sure what this is. I should have made notes. When we got back to, I tell you this is Clearwater, and she thinks that building right there is our hotel, and I told her that's not our hotel, but she wasn't quite getting it, so she kept focusing on the hotel. So I was trying to explain to her where the hotel was, which is right there. I slowed the screen down just to the left. You could barely see it, right next to that pink one, to the left of that pink hotel. But she still was convinced that was our hotel right there. So definitely people who aren't in the air a lot get real confused on where they are and what things are what. Things look a lot different in the air. Actually, our hotel looks pretty small from the air. Some of these hotels look a lot bigger. And here's us coming back to Clearwater Air Park. Nice long day of flying. I know I don't land right on the center line. That's the one thing about crash strips, you never have to worry about the center line. So the rules here at Clearwater Air Park: no taking off before 7 a.m. or after 11 p.m. City ordinance. And when you take off 3-4, you have to go turn heading 020. A little off, not too bad. Alright. Straighten it up, Aaron. Alright. Here we go. So it's $15 a day to park the plane here. Fuel was about $5.50 around there a gallon. If you purchase 10 gallons, they waive 1 day for every 10 gallons. So, unfortunately with this plane, I don't need a lot of fuel. So I only got fuel here once, and then in Key West once. That's it.